what's up, my people? That was a bit odd. My name is Forever, and today I have a battle for the Fed against XSquareStickIt. I was trying out a random team, and it worked out pretty well for me. Let's just get straight into it. I lead off with my most used lead. This is definitely the favourite of my leads. I tried going for the stun spore because before this battle we disconnected, so I hate it when that happens because you kind of have to switch up your strategy a lot. And he went for the Ice Fang and got me down to my sash and made me flinch, which was really annoying. So I just switched out, not wanting to U-turn because he was faster than me. And he goes for the Ice Fang again, probably not expecting the switch, and I go into my Stall Rain, my awesome pink thing. And I go straight for the Super Fang because the idea of this set is to Super Fang, then Hail, then Brine. Because Brine does twice as much damage when they're below half HP, which is pretty good. But it brings out his Pidgeot and goes for a Toxic, which I didn't even know it could learn, which is pretty cool. And I went for the Brine after Hail, but he has leftovers, which got him just above half, which means Brine didn't take him out, which he probably would have if it had have had the boost. But he goes for an Agility, and I just go straight for the Blizzard because I did not want to go for Brine again and he used Roost or something because I had no idea what to predict on this set. But he does go for the Roost and gets up his HP again to pretty much nearly full. And Blizzard does basically nothing to this thing, which shows me that it was a special wall, which was pretty interesting because I didn't know its defenses were good. So I apologize. I tried just doing this recording, and the battle is going faster than it normally would be, but it's still too slow. I still talk too fast. But anyway, I switch out of my Wall Rain and go into my cheap ripoff, my Yanma. Is it Yanma? Yummy? I don't know. But this is my spec set with speed boost. It works out pretty damn well. I was really surprised at how well it works. So I go straight for the Ancient Power because it was super effective, and hopefully with specs it would do some damage. But he's faster the first turn because I haven't had speed boost yet, and he's got an Agility up, so he's got +2 speed. And the Ancient Power actually gives me the hacks, the boost in all stats, which is pretty damn awesome. So now I have +1 speed and +1 special attack. They're all that really matter now. And so I decide to, I'm gonna stay in because I need to stop saying because I have such little HP, so I'll probably come in later and die without the speed boost that I've got now. And I get a crit, which he thinks that mattered because he's a special wall, but I didn't think it did, mostly because I'm specs and I had that +1 special attack boost. But he brings in Carbon Fiber, the Morwar, which is an awesome name. And I go straight for the Ancient Power again because I'm locked into it, and it does a respectable amount of damage. And he went for the Substitute. Ooh. So I'm wondering if this is a sub-focus punch set. I'm not sure. But I go for the Ancient Power again and knock out his sub, and he goes for the Iron Head, which takes me out, which is unfortunate because I could have done some a hell of a decent sweep with this thing. But I'm pretty happy because I have his wall down, his special wall, and if this is a sub punch set, then it would prove me some horrible problems later on. So I bring in my Seahorse, and that's just an epic name, I think, Seahorse, which is an experimental scarf set. Choice scarf. And I go for the Hydro Pump, which hits and takes it out, and he brings out the guy who's swimming, and I'm like, no, you're not swimming, you're sitting, don't lie. And he goes straight for the Aqua Tail, probably expecting me to switch to something different, and he does quite a bit because he gets a crit on my Stall Rain, and I'm like, damn. So I go straight for the Super Fang, but he, I believe he switches out, yes, he switches out, and goes into his, oh god, what's it called? I've forgotten what it's called. I'll remember what it's called soon. Medicham, that's the one, Medicham. And so I get it down to half HP, and I go just for the Blizzard, just to be safe, because I didn't want it like going for something like high jump kick or whatever it does. But I've got to remember I'm facing XSquare here. He doesn't use conventional, is that even a word? Normal, let's just use that, normal, common sets. So I outspeed him, because I have a little bit of speed investment, and take him out. And he brings back in the guy who's swimming, and goes for an Aqua Tail again, probably trying to get another crit off on me, and I just survive and get off the Super Fang, which is pretty good, because I can come in with a different Pokemon later on and take that guy out and make him sit down properly. And Poison takes me out, which is annoying. And I go into Prancer, and this really annoyed me. This is my my Life Orb physical set, and he switches out and goes into Ice Mask, because I go for the Sucker Punch, expecting that he was like banded or something, locked into that Aqua Tail, and probably would have gone for it again. But he goes into the Gladiator and explodes, which really sucks, because I could have used this set later on to a great advantage. But yeah, now that they're both gone, he switches in his Glaceon, which and I bring in my Seahorse, and I had to kind of expect this kind of set. I need to familiarize myself with all of his different Glaceons. He goes for the Mirror Coat as I go for the Hydro Pump, and it misses, so I bring in my Mummy, and my Mummy's looking after my baby. And I go straight for the Hammer Arm, but he switches out into the guy who's swimming, and I get another critical hit. So all the hacks was on me, but he gets the revenge hacks, which is the Poison Point and Toxics me, which it kind of more sucked for him, but I was annoyed that he got Toxic on me. But that crit definitely mattered, because it was weak 2, and this is a Scarf set. I don't know why I had 2 Scarfers on this team. But I go for the Hammer Arm and his Glaceon, and he's got the Choppleberry, or Coppleberry, or however you pronounce it, to weaken the damage. So he goes for an Ice Beam, which takes me out, which is really annoying, because if he hadn't have had that berry, that would have been a one-hit KO for sure. But I go into my Tripod, hoping to get the status off, but of course he has Ice Shard, and he goes for that and takes me out, which is really annoying. Priority annoys me somewhat. So I bring back in my Seahorse, and then the only move that I've really got left to do is Hydro Pump, and even though I'm not Specs, I managed to take him out, which is pretty good for me. So good game, XSquared. Be sure to check out his channel, and leave me a comment naming funny names for teddy bears, and I will see you later.